what's going on? Hope everyone is doing well. For those who don't know me, I go by Money Mazin. I make daily crypto content. I am a trader, crypto enthusiast, investor, solarpreneur, and etc. With that being said, welcome back all returning viewers and subscribers. Welcome back all newcomers. So, for the newcomers, man, take a look before we get into the QNT content and the chart. We have the Twitter on the screen here. Ran up about a couple hundred followers in the last 6-7 days, so I appreciate all the newcomers and the followers and things of that nature. Support is always much appreciated. Linktree is in the bio. That will also be in the YouTube description about section below. Will look something like this. You can have access to the Telegram. I made it about a week ago. We have about 38 members. I'm going to be posting here daily. I will put content out in the Telegram, trades, transparency, certain type of alpha content in the Telegram. That won't be on the Twitter, specifically just for my over supporters, I guess you could say. Crypto Tribe Discord, we have about 50 plus members in here. It is less active due to me taking a step back from the Discord and the YouTube, but we are fully back active now. If you would like to communicate with me or any other of my fellow traders, investors, QNT enthusiasts, crypto enthusiasts, etc., this is where you can get at us, alright? And check out the other links as well. My Twitter, I'm posting up here pretty much every single day. If I'm inactive, it's never more than a day or two, so. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the charting. I am very excited to bring this one to you. It's going to be very simple, short, to the point, because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes the most simplistic things in nature are the most complex and vice versa, and I'm really liking what's going on right here. I will tell you this before we get into it. A lot of individuals are turning bearish, or I wouldn't even say bearish, but you can just tell that they can't really help it. It's fear, you know what I'm saying? And the fear takes over us sometimes in this space, especially if you haven't had experience. You know, most of this is 10% knowledge, 90% field experience, man. You gotta take, I mean, your cleats can't be sitting there looking clean. You gotta dig them in the dirt and start driving, and this is just how it goes. Every time you take a loss in this game, I'm gonna speak to you as a trader, you have to look at that as like every time you lose some money or you make a wrong decision, that's your tuition. So at the end of the day, it's not an L if you sit there and you learn and don't repeat the same mistakes over and over again. So with that being said, let's go and hop into it. We're currently looking at the 12-hour review, man. I created the range from the highs to the lows, candle closes upon the 12-hour. As you know, the 12-hour significance is basically like double the daily candles, and we're going to take a look at the 4-hour perspective as well. Sometimes you'll see the 8, but that's just because it draws less candles than the 4-hour, just to make a broader point. Looks cleaner on the screen. Following the impulse when we crossed the mid-range, and we came up and made double highs here, and we came down and seen these two lows. Once I seen both of these wicks at the highs and both of these wicks at the low, those were the ones that I used to create my, I guess, formation support resistance downtrend. So we have the falling wedge slash pennant here. We have a retest upon, you know, the rejection of 117, following a wick down below to a key level at 112 before our major impulse up. All right. Now, how I created the range, it may look like I did it off the candle closes and then the bottom of the wick, but if we take a look at the 4-hour, I did that off of both candle closes, because it depends on the circumstance, because I really don't like to respect the wick sometimes, just as a trader, because if you look at the low time frame, when it's creating a wick, it just looks like the candle's diving, and that's why a lot of the times people get into this and they get faked out by shorter time frames when, you know, it might be broad and old advice, but when in doubt, you zoom out. Like anytime you're looking at a chart, it doesn't matter if you're a trader or not. I always tell the holders and people who have, you know, no idea about anything technical or fundamental or sentimental, or, you know, however you may want to go about your analysis, but you should always start on a higher time frame and go into the shorter, not shorter to the outer. You create a broad, opinionated, you know, visual based off, you know, I'll look at the high time frame, I'll look at the weekly and the monthly, and then I'll go from there and take a look at the 3-day, the day, 12-hour, 8-hour, 4-hour, and then I might go in and I'm, you know, even though I could go ahead, like let's say I'm bullish on the 4-hour, the 12-hour time frame, I can go long, and being in the red really wouldn't matter. But it's to a point where if I want the best possible entry, that's when I will go in and check that hourly, that 30-minute, that 15-minute candle, and, you know, check out the lower level support resistance key levels, and then go from there, whether I want a long, short, add to my bag, dollar cost average, accumulate a certain asset, things of that nature. So from the 4-hour here, my little rant on candles and wicks, things of that nature, took a zoom out perspective here on the 4-hour, and I created the range slash channel from the highs to the lows upon the candle structure. As you see, went up, retest high wick before going up and making those highs. Wick above, candle matching, goes right back down. Now, one thing that made me a little bullish here, Okay, this isn't going to be perfect, so don't look at this as TA. I'm just doing this for you to have an example. Before we continue down, we came down, all right, from the highs. We came down, created somewhat of a consolidation, and then went down. This could be somewhat of a bearish flag. All right, so you impulse down, consolidation, and one thing that I really like that I'm paying attention to is the second wick following by the high wick. We created a lower high. Following that lower high, we came down one more leg. So basically a continuation from the consolidation in the middle. Once we came down, we had matching candles that created a higher low from the original low. So from the 131.4, 130.97, etc., we came down and wicked this. Now, following from the double candle hold, we went up, rejected at the prior support of the bearish flag of this consolidation. Okay, so on the higher time frame, it looks a little better because I'm not respecting the wicks. But as you can see, if we did, the wicks match up regardless. Okay, so following that, we wick down, and that's why I always tell people don't look at the wicks. The wicks a lot of the times are for fear, noise, liquidation, grabbing liquidity, etc. It doesn't matter. It's all about where that candle closes at. That's why you hear a lot of people, holders or swing traders, they say we're waiting on the daily close, we're waiting on the weekly close. Anyone who even doesn't trade, you'll see them talking about, hey, we're waiting on the monthly close. Closes are very important. So at the end of the day, everything can happen. But you have a lot of people right now watching this range or anything, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, any chart of their choice. And they look at stuff within a range or within a channel and go back and forth from bullish, bearish, etc. But nothing in this formation is bearish until we have a break below major, channel support. And nothing is really too bearish unless we break above the median first of the channel or break above the resistance of this channel. So that would be our confirmation, a break below or a break above. So right now it may look like this is broad, but as we zoom out and zoom out, it's just a very small channel. So if we look at the daily, it's only a few candles. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how we're going off of it. It's very simple in nature. I don't like to sit there and overthink stuff. There's no point to think 20 steps ahead like a chess game, because with this right here, we go off confirmation based off the last said move. So my bullish scenario here, of course, would be for the 131 or 130 specifically to hold, especially a candle close. Now, of course, resistance, I would like to break above the median range of the channel, 140, 141, but 130 to 135 is my key, SR, support resistance level, and that's what I'm looking at. So what I'm looking at now, since we wicked down and came with a close above, this makes me a little bit bullish long term and medium term as well, as far as the formation. Trying to explain it the best way as possible, because I don't even, I only talk to myself about this in reality. So as long as 132 to 131 holds, that will create some bullishness for me. But we also could come down and make some lower lows, or tap that bottom wick again. Really, it's going to come down to if we break this downtrend, starting from the high wick on the 26th, and then this one here, what's today, the 29th? So this was yesterday at the 28th. We had made the second wick. So after I see these two, the high or low, excuse me, the high and the lower high, we just have to break that. The trends, you always want to follow a trend. The trend is your friend. You may not be able to predict it, but it will let you know if it will reject or break above. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you really have to worry about with the break above is a fake out. And, with all things, time will always give you your answer. Okay, time is the best thing. So with time, it will let you know if it's a fake out or close. Always let people know. As a trader, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really predict anything. There's some cases that I do, but all of it really is probabilities at the end of the day. So I'm looking for confirmation. I enter trades very late with proper confirmation than I will early trying to make a whole lot of money. Because if I'm just going to try to predict things without any type of sense of confirmation, then I might as well just go and shoot dice or gamble or play the lottery at that point, because I'm not using any tools. Now, there's no proper way to do things. On this channel, we do a lot of technical stuff, but there's technical, there's fundamental, sentimental, things of that nature. You can use pretty much anything. I always tell people, if you have access to a whole shed full of tools and you're building a house, why would you just pick your 2 favorite tools? Use everything that you have access to and that you are knowledgeable about. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to put it. To make a long story short, I try to go in depth and give you guys some more explanation, because some of my supporters, subscribers, followers have been asking for it. So I tried to explain that the best way I could. So next, man, we just have to hold the 130. That would be my first confirmation. We could have a wick below, fill the fair value gap. I could see us, having a wick. Now, if we come down, I'm looking for a wick. I'm not looking for any candle close retracement. Now, the reason why I'm so confident about that, and look, I could be 100% wrong, but the reason why I'm just sticking to my conviction and my bias is because the way we took off once breaking the 120 was exactly as me and my trading group predicted. Like with the type of aggressiveness and urgency that we had off this, I don't see it, I don't see it sub 120 coming back, let alone a retest of the 120. I feel like if we had that, it would have been somewhere around the lower range levels. Now we can come down here and wick below, fill that gap before, coming slightly up. But as of right now, it looks like we're just going to consolidate here between these two levels of 137 and 132. You have to understand, after you have a gain from what's today? Okay, so 8 days ago, we were at 105. We went to, what were the highs? 155. I mean, that's basically a 50% gain. So, I mean, after you have this, you have to understand anything slow be for show, anything fast don't last. If we didn't go up here and have a range and we just kept going and going and going, I would have been trying to time the falling knife that would have came from that, because anything that goes up must come down and vice versa. So, just keep an eye on the downtrend off the high and the lower high. And from there, man, that's really all it is. Just pay attention to the range. Pay attention to 130, 135 support. Pay attention to 150, to the 155. And obviously, pay attention to the mid-range where we had this consolidation before continuing down, as we consolidated right at the mid-range. So you don't really have to be a trader or a professional or anything like that to understand patterns. So, over time, you get used to things. With that being said, before I let you guys go, I just want to show you something. We are green on the year. Okay, it's been a great year. Bitcoin's up 150%. Congratulations to everyone that made it through. A lot of people were saying, bear market, etc., etc. All time we have been in a bull since January. So anyone that's copped the Bitcoin bottom or the lows of the altcoins that I've been talking about since 2022, I mean, congratulations, man. So we made it here. The yearly is green, the monthly is green, the weekly is green, and almost everything is up and doing very, very well that actually has any type of meaning or substance to it. Okay, so when you see stuff like this on a daily where things are red, I mean, look, man, you can't sit here and accept gladly 8 to 10 weeks of green, and then when you have a red day or a red week, you go to being bearish. At that point, it's just greed. Like, you're just operating out of emotion, fear, and greed, and that's not how you play this game at all. So that would be my ending advice to you all. In case I don't upload again, have a good new year. Hope you guys have a good holiday. Please comment your thoughts below. Good, bad, ugly, agree, disagree. There's no such thing as a wrong opinion or a wrong bias. So, thank you in the simplicity of a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And if you want more, let me know. Hope to see you guys in the Telegram, the Twitter, and the Discord, and hope to speak with many of you. That being said, stay safe. Money Mazin. I'm out.